Thank you for joining us. You're watching a career success video from Computer Coach. Computer Coach is a Tampa-based computer training center specializing in helping IT and business professionals add on the skills they need to reach their desired career goals. If you are job searching, in transition, or are looking for guidance, please feel free to reach out to us at www.computercoach.com. Now, let's get started.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I see that we still have others joining and some are still trying to get connected to audio. So I just want to give everybody a moment. Thank you for joining us. All right. So it looks like everybody is in. I know we have others that will be joining us soon, but I did want to just go ahead and, in the sake of time, let us go ahead and get started here quickly. So first off, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Cassandra. I'm the Senior Training Strategist at Computer Coach. So Computer Coach is a Tampa Bay based organization where we help individuals upskill in either IT or business. So if you are maybe already in IT and needing to get a credential, or you're looking to pivot into that space, those are the type of courses and support that we provide. So I will drop some information into the chat, but I also want to make sure that we all have an opportunity to get to know each other a little bit better and make this time really valuable for everyone. So I would encourage you to go ahead and drop your LinkedIn into the chat. I see Suzanne's already done that. Drop your LinkedIn and then let us know where you're joining us from today. And I can't type and talk at the same time, so bear with me.
It's a skill. I hear there's a computer coach thing.
Yeah. Awesome. And for those of you that may be getting your LinkedIn URLs, a little tip: if you add the HTTPS at the beginning, it is hyperlinked, so then we can just click on it from the chat and we don't have to copy it and paste it to go find you later. So while everybody is entering their information in, I just wanted to kind of go over what today is. So any of you that have ever joined us on a workshop in the past know how passionate Suzanne, myself, our team are about the Tampa Bay area and the technology scene that we have here in the Tampa Bay area. And so not too long ago, we were chatting about some of the really cool resources that are available here in Tampa that other people may not necessarily know about. So we were brainstorming and came up with this idea of doing a Tampa Bay Tech Tours series where we get to highlight some of the really cool organizations that are here in Tampa Bay that foster that technology, innovation, and creation space and make it really accessible for others in the Tampa Bay area to get involved. And so that's what this series is about. And we're really, really grateful to have Alex with Tampa Hackerspace here to kickstart this series for us. It's a great organization. I'm going to let Alex introduce it so I don't say anything wrong or that's inaccurate. But they are an awesome organization here in the Tampa Bay area, and it kind of blows my mind when I'm talking to people and they may not have heard about them before. So I think it's a really great first stop on this tour. And so with that, Alex, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself and get us started.
Sounds good. I'll break into the slides after I give a quick who are we. So I'm Alex. I am one of the board members. I'm actually the president right now of the Tampa Hackerspace. We started about 10 years ago, and we didn't even have a building. So where we've come from, just a quick history, because mostly everybody cares about where we are. We didn't even have a building. We were using a small area at a co-working space on Armenia, like a Co-work Tampa Bay by Chris Arnaldi. He had loaned us a small room, and from there, we all just met and decided, hey, would somebody be willing to pay for this? And we did. Each of us chipped in some monthly membership dues, didn't have anything, tables, whatnot. And we grew and grew and grew. And I'm proud to say we're a membership of now 250 members strong. We're over by the airport. The address is right there, Nassau Street, 12,000 square feet now. And we have an awesome landlord and just awesome members. There's several of us on the board, but every single one of us gives us our time. So it's an all volunteer organization, but we've been around 10 years, and I will be giving a tour and then some of what we offer as soon as I start my presentation. We are Tampa Hackerspace. I'll be your tour guide here today. It's Tampa's very own makerspace. We are the largest in the Southeast makerspace, and our mission is basically to inspire and encourage lifelong learning. We are a true 501c3. It's an educational nonprofit. We're all volunteer run. We are known as a hackerspace / makerspace. There's very, minute distinctions between the two, but we are a full-on hackerspace makerspace. We have 12,000 square feet, as you can see, and right here we are located just south of the International Airport in a nice warehouse district, and you can see our nice logo on the door that's unfortunately been faded by sun. So, welcome to the Tampa Hackerspace. When you walk in, you're greeted by this motley crew, which is just awesome examples of our artistry and our members. That right there is a replica of Susie from the Field Museum in Chicago. It is a paper mache. It's all Pepcura. But this is an example of what you'll find the minute you walk through the door. The creativity kind of just smacks you in the face. So I'm going to give you a tour of our space real quick. Here is our open make area. This is our very first area where we started with when we first got this building. We have a 12 by 24 60-watt laser. It's a universal. We have all these tables, which are on casters that can be moved around. We have an electronics area in here. We have a kids open make that we do a Sunday every month where we embrace all of our younger makers, 17 and under. They get to do anything on that back wall, whatever they want to play with, whatever they want to explore, everything from crafts to electronics. We do have a fully working, electronics bench with oscilloscopes, soldering, desoldering irons. We also have the ability to, we get a lot of donations from folks. So you'll see those white boxes. That's actually part of anybody's membership where they can come in and look at all the parts that have been donated. I mean, everything from LEDs, diodes, you name it, it's probably sitting there. Next, we move on. In the back area, we actually have a very stocked metal shop. This, I'm going to take a moment real quick and just say this is the largest donation we have ever received from an individual. The individual would not allow me to tell me their name. They didn't even want any credit on the wall. But I think when you do something that awesome, you get a little bit of credit, even if I have to be anonymous with who you are. They donated that knee mill, the lathe, and the CNC Tormach. But basically, this is a full hobbyist metal shop. You're not going to do anything professional in here, but if you come in to get your hands dirty, you're going to learn everything about machining. Outside of that, we have a full welding area. We do MIG and TIG. We also have a plasma cutter that is only recently been added this year that I believe the table is 36 by 48 or 48 by 48. And at the bottom, again, this is the benefit of having a kids open make. You get a lot of kids tearing stuff apart, and when they do, you get to show them what's inside of things, so they're not so scared of all the electronics or parts inside of a printer or a PC that's already been broken. They just get to tear into it. But when you're pulling the stuff out, they realize that, hey, just because it's broken and doesn't do its original function doesn't mean you can't pull stuff out of it and actually give stuff new life. So we call this our hackable bits, and that's open to any member that needs stuff for a part. I had one guy come in and looking for a part for his microwave, and we just happen to have it. We also have a bunch of, as part of membership, we also give the ability to use any of our classrooms. We have 3 really fairly large classrooms. You saw the open make, and we have a smaller one like this where we do smaller classes, but all of our TVs have Chromecast. So you can come in and just chill. And we actually have a couple people doing startups, and they come in and utilize it as a co-working area because why not? It's part of your membership. We also have this is one of our newer areas. By newer, I say, within the last 2 years, this is our sewing crafts area. This was this is just, the love and care was given by our group that's called So Awesome. Welcome the pun there. We actually have an embroidery machine. We have sewing machines. We can even do heavier fabrics like you would see on a Jeep top using vinyl, as well as canvas tops. But all this stuff is here, as well as we get donated a lot of cloth and fabrics. So several bolts are sitting back there. So if you ever want to come down and get your sew on, you feel free. Next, we move on. We have a pottery area that someone has taken on, and we now have the kiln that fires almost regularly. We have pottery classes, mostly pinch pottery, but we have been doing some other casts and slip casts. Those masks you see in the upper right-hand corner was actually from a movie studio. They donated the full silicone masks. So one day when we can do that class, we would love to teach that. So if you're maybe from the Tom Savini School of Creatures, please come on by. Now, this is our crown jewel. This probably has the most care and has probably been around the longest. This is our wood shop. And a lot of our members have formed, what they like to call the Woodshop Guild. They have put together, just quite frankly, a jaw-dropping wood shop. You got a saw stop, drill press, bandsaw, joiner, planer. We have a full 4x8 shop bot. as well as a 36 by 48 Romex and 2 Shapokos that are 18 by 18. We also have a drum sander, as well as a couple of lathes in the back, which one of our most popular classes is a pen turning. But all of this is all included with your membership. It's like I like to call it a gym for nerds. So hopefully you're getting the idea of what we offer here. This kiln down here was recently donated by a high school. They no longer needed it. It's about the size of a small child. So it's very large, and we don't know how many projects we're going to put into it when we finally get it fired up. This is our 3D printing area. We have several Prusas, a Tornado, 4S. Basically, if you're looking to 3D print something, we've now got the ability to get it up and going in moments. And it is included with your membership. This is just some of the stuff people have done, projects. They like to call them failures. I like to just, they look pretty nice on the wall. So we put them up there so people can see what it looks like, even if it didn't turn out nice. We also have vinyl cutting. And again, off to the right, you're going to see another one of our smaller classrooms. Well, this is our largest classroom. This is where we host a lot of our events. So what would you say we do here? Well, this is just I took a bunch of screenshots of our classes available. Machine shop safety, laser cut, so awesome, baby lock embroidery. The cool thing is all of these classes are taught by our volunteers. There's no paid teachers here. Do you get paid for doing a class? Absolutely, but it's nobody's job to be there. They volunteer their time, and then we give them a little bit of a stipend to just say, hey, thank you for doing this class. And with that, we have, if you want to ever head to our meetup page, you're going to see a ton of offerings of what we do there. So, and this one up here, we do a board game night. I'll tell you, if you ever want an indication of what our organization is and about, that's the time to show up. That is just a fun night. So again, what would it be? What would a makerspace be without its members? So what I did here was I went and we have a Slack channel, and a lot of people posted I made this. Because why not? You should be celebrating the maker in all of us. So we've got everything from stained glass. This giant dinosaur was cut on our CNC ShopBot. It's actually made out of foam, and then we put contact paper on it. Somebody created on the CNC and laser, they did a puck holder for one of their friends who gets a lot of pucks from hockey games. We have our robots from our BattleBots, a laser cutter. This map is a hexagon map that someone had been dying to make, and it took them several years to do, but darn if it doesn't look pretty badass. We also have some of the smaller projects, like a young lady came in and designed this cutting board, and it had this idea for a long time and just came in to kind of just learn how to do it properly. So even if she had somebody professionally make it, she would be able to understand the process. And it's pretty cool. It's a charcuterie board that keeps everything cold with a nice slide in. This is from you've got a couple costumes on here. We have some embroidery on seats that have been redone. The woodworking on that bench was just fantastic. And the shirt I'm wearing with our Hackerspace logo looks nothing like this one that somebody did just on a whim with a jacket to just see how the embroidery works. So what do we also do, and where can you find us? Well, we participate in a lot of things called maker fairs. And if you've never been to one, you're doing yourself a disfavor by not going to see one. It is basically the world's largest show and tell. We had one here in Tampa a while back. We're hoping to get back on that horse and do it. Obviously, the pandemic took us out, and then it takes a while to put them together. So you have to get people to want to come back out. The Orlando Maker Fair is probably the best place to go if you ever want to see us there and just see the magic of making. That's our booth on the upper right-hand corner. We show up at the USF Engineering Expo, one of our favorite places to go, meet budding engineers. Kids come up and ask any questions. We usually have many of our engineers on hand, makers and unofficial engineers. The lower left-hand corner is kind of cool. I added that one because it's at the Maker Fairs. That's called our Power Wheel Racing Challenge. So basically, you're putting a go-kart underneath a good old-fashioned Power Wheel racing body, and the whole point is to just dress it up and have fun and then race around a course. In the upper left-hand corner, this one is near and dear to my heart, and I really appreciate Cassandra coming out this year to be one of our judges. But this is the NASA Space Apps Challenge. We open this every year to folks from all walks, don't have to have any experience to come in and participate. But NASA puts out a contest every year where you get a bunch of challenges. You read the challenges and you try your best to find what would achieve a solution for that challenge. And we give out prizes, and it's just a great time to just, get involved and see the creativity of the community. Also, and the winner is, because this is two of our just groups that they just met and formed at the Hackerspace. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the Tampa Deep Sea Explorers. They actually formed at our space from just a X Prize. It was the Ocean X Prize project. And they ended up winning third place and went to Puerto Rico to let their AUV, it's an underwater mapping program inside of the device that they've created. They've gone on since to create a company. On the right-hand side, you're going to see Miles Space. If any of you watched the Artemis mission that launched last year, this was on it. This was the only citizen-created satellite on that launch. Everything else was government and NASA and JPL and Japan, all government agencies. We won a contest where after several ground tournaments of turning in paperwork, we won the ability to have our little satellite put on Artemis to take part in a derby. And it's currently in space doing what it does, which is just trying to communicate back to Earth, but just proving that you don't have to have a rocket or an aerospace degree to get your stuff into space. So that's us. I encourage you to come build with us. Our open makes are every Tuesday from 6 to 8. You're welcome to come in anytime, and we usually stay late, so don't hesitate. If you're like, 9:30, well, then come on in. Our location is 4931 West Nassau Street. Like I said, just south of the airport in the industrial park. If you've ever seen the World of Beer, we're just past that. That's our website. I'll go ahead and copy and paste this stuff after I'm done and put it into the chat, easy for you. Our classes and events can be found on Meetup. Everything is always there. As soon as our volunteers say, hey, I can teach a class, we throw it up there. You're welcome to join our Slack. You do not have to be a member to just get your creative flag on. So just click on that link. I can also send you information if you go to info@tampahackerspace.com. I can also send you one. And we also have a Discord. Mostly that's for when we do our gaming nights or anything. We'll pop into there. So I would recommend the Slack more than anything else. But at that point, I'm going to open the floor for questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. It really is a great space. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, these pictures don't do it justice. I know he said it's 12,000 square feet, but I don't know that you can grasp just how big that is until you're there and all of the different spaces that they have available. So regardless of what your interest is, they have something there for you.
To learn more about our training programs, classes, and what sets us apart, please visit our website at www.computercoach.com.